Like so many of us, I found myself becoming very frustrated with the current political environment, where the Democrats and the Republicans are just constantly arguing and they're not really coming up with solutions that work for all of us. Well, having that background where I'd been in the military, I'd been a businessman, and I'd been in Homeland Security for a bunch of years, I actually understood with a lot of depth the issues that are out there. And talking to my family, we felt it was probably time for me to consider running for office. Now, that's a challenge because I had a daughter in high school at the time. She's now in college. But that's a challenging question to ask a high school student if you're going to support dad as he goes through something that might be like this. And my entire family, to include my granddaughter, were all actually in favor of our running. So last December, we filed the paperwork necessary to be able to run for office for what I call nonpartisan, but the state calls an independent. I struggle with the idea of the concept called independent because it typically has an agenda associated with it, and I am fiercely nonpartisan. I want to represent all of Houston and not just a political ideology or an agenda. So after the primary season was over, some friends, families, and neighbors helped me get 500 signatures within a 4-day period of time for us to actually be able to file and run for office. That leaves us with a situation where we have a short period of time, about 2 months, to run a bona fide campaign. But we have a different story. We're not talking about the same agenda-based politics that we get from the parties. We don't want to represent an agenda. We want to represent Houston, and we want to talk about solutions that work for everybody and not a political party. So with that in mind, we're running for Congress here in Houston so that we can bring solutions that work for everybody.